Welcome to OBS Beginners course. This is Andy Wright, and we're going to continue from where we left off last time in OBS, looking at the various settings and things. So let's open up OBS, and you can see that we've left it how we had it before with myself and the back screen, and also we've set up the microphone last time so that you can hear me. You can also hear me through OBS, but that's not being recorded because we're not recording at the moment. So this is actually through a desktop capture device. Okay, so where we left off was we have this scene. We have a normal scene, and then we created a media scene, which was a video that we played. You can see that the video audio comes through our speakers because we set that last time. So we're going to go back in and have a look at the settings again. Now there's various options here. The general tab. Now I really don't recommend changing any of this stuff when you're a beginner. So wait until later, and then we'll actually probably go through this at some point in the future. But for now, just leave it as it is. If you're a Facebooker or a YouTuber, this screen is going to be quite important to you, because this is actually where you put in the details for your connection, so you can live stream out to YouTube or any of these other ones, so including Dailymotion and Facebook and Twitter even. But we'll come on to that in another episode. Now the output thing, which is quite important, there are lots of videos regarding what are the optimal settings for the video bitrate and everything else here. We will come back to that, but just to say that you do have a simple mode and an advanced mode for the advanced users. We'll come on to which is the best rates later. What you need to know is where you're going to put the videos when they're created, and I have a specific place that I put them on my my drive. Now you should really technically put it onto another separate hard drive, because then it will help with the speed and file save. So I put it into that folder there. The obviously generating a file name without the space if you need that for older systems. Record quality. This is quite an important thing here because it will save it in FLV format, and unfortunately with regard to various websites and things like that, FLV is quite a difficult file type to deal with, so you may need to convert it. However, you can just set this to MP4. You will get a warning there, which you can safely ignore. So there we go, and apply. So the audio we've already looked at briefly, and again, if you have different microphones, you can put them in here. You can have enable to push talk if you have that sort of device where you need to press the button to talk. It depends on which microphone you have. The video output, this is the actual output of your screen resolution and your output resolution, and this is obviously set for YouTube, and you can change all of these. You can make it into a 60 frame per second output as well if you need that. There is a very interesting tab which you can have for quickly pressing the keys. So if you want to have a key for start recording, for example, you want to press insert for starting recording, and you want to stop recording, let's say you want to press delete. So that's your two keys, your two most important keys when you're recording a video. And you can do that for all of them, all of the options. So you can do your microphone if you have a microphone that you want to mute, and you want to, say for instance, you want to unmute. So you have to remember these keys because they're not they don't appear anywhere. So if you set them out, you're probably going to have to write them down or remember them if you can. But you'll see that in action. If I'm the microphone here, if I mute it, you can see that I'm talking, but you can't hear me. And then if I unmute, then you can now hear me again. We've unmuted it by pressing the key. So go back in, settings. So last one here is the advanced tab, and really, again, unless you know what you're doing, it's best really not to touch any of those. So that's the basic settings for OBS and things that you can change.